Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm coming to you from my home studio to answer a couple of questions that I get asked from you guys every once in a while. And most recently I got a question asked by one of you guys about why you get dry clear in your paint jobs. And I'm gonna answer those questions today, so let's go. So to answer your question about what can cause dry clear and why you're getting dry clear, there's multiple things that we have to factor in. The first thing I'm going to factor in is how fast you're moving with your paint gun. How fast you're moving with your paint gun and how much overlap you are doing when you're painting with your gun can cause dry clear. You might be missing spots by going too fast or not doing the overlap properly. So that's one thing to factor in when you're seeing that you're getting dry clear in some of your paint jobs. Another thing that can cause you dry clear is your reducer. Now, reducer is controlled by temperature. If you have the wrong temperature in your reducer, it's gonna dry faster, it's gonna atomize a different way than it should depending on how the weather is that day. So the reducers come so you can add your reducer accordingly to the weather. So if it's too hot, you gotta use a slow reducer. If the weather is nice, like in the 70s and 60s, you use a medium reducer. If it's cold and you're not in a paint booth where you can control the temperature, then you're gonna have to use a faster drying reducer. This all helps with the way your clear is laid down. So that's what you have to consider as well. Another thing to consider is your hardener. The hardener will also affect the way your clear is laid down and dries. So you want to make sure it's the same thing. There's a fast hardener, there's a medium hardener, and there's a slow hardener. Just like I said before, like with the reducer, hardener is affected by the way the weather is. So you got to consider that as well. So those are a couple of things you want to look into as soon as you get the chance. Also, depending on the material you're using, not all clears are made the same. So you kind of have to practice and make some adjustments to your paint gun depending on what's affecting the way your clear is laying down. So my way is usually I adjust it accordingly to the way the clear laid down. I try a couple of different times to change my settings. I try the material flow. If you open up your material flow all the way and you're seeing that you're getting runs, that means you might have to close it up a little bit. If it's dry, you might want to open the material up a little bit. Let me get my gun and show you. So when you're gonna make your adjustments, your material flow is usually right here where your needle is. You want to adjust this to make sure that it's open to a certain degree so that it accommodates the clear that you're spraying. Now, for the most part, I set it and it's done. I keep painting with my gun set to my settings unless something changes, like the paint company that I'm using or the clear change for some reason, or we're just trying a different clear to see what works better. These are all things that you want to try out. Another thing you want to consider when you're spraying your clear is your pressure. So depending on how your pressure is adjusted, you have to make sure you adjust the pressure for the clear that you're using. Clear atomizes different. Every clear atomizes different. You have to make adjustments as you learn the clear that you're using. So when you're adjusting your pressure, start at a pressure that's medium, like 25 psi. That's a good place to start. If you see that that's not helping, maybe put a little bit more pressure the next time you spray your clear and see how that works. So you have to make these adjustments as you're trying out your clear. So if you put a little bit of more pressure, maybe move a little faster. If that doesn't work, move a little slower. It's a couple of things. It's just trial and error. You have to make adjustments as you go along, and this will help you perfect the clear that you're using. Okay? So try these things and hopefully this will solve your problem. Check out some of my other videos. I have a couple that might help you with your settings. I have a couple that might help you with your technique. I'll leave them at the end of this video so you guys can check it out. Okay guys, that's it for me for today. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you like this video. Hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I post a new video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye.